on, guys? This is Almost Expert Wrestling, and this is our Raw review.
Raw review.
Yes, Raw review
Woo!
from Monday Night Raw this week. Fantastic looking at a couple of key points that happened throughout the show, such as, of course, The Rock making a very surprise return, and, of course, the main event announcement of, either Cena or Ambrose versus Rollins. But we'll talk all about that. Talk about the whole show from last night, pretty much, at least key moments.
Yeah.
So I'll hand it over to Kyle. What were your overall thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week?
Alrighty, Joe. I posted on Twitter that a lot of people were talking shit about Monday Night Raw, and it's not deserved because Raw ended up actually being a solid show. You know, around the 9:15 part, I was like, around 9:15, which is like an hour into Raw where I'm at. I really was like, is Raw gonna have any matches? You know, it was like just one match, a six-man tag match, and then I think they had the brief Henry versus Dallas match. I'm like, where's the matches at? What's going on?
Yeah.
It started out slow. I mean, it started out pretty quick with the Rollins stuff, and then it ended up being, after the six-man tag, it was just like all them stupid Adam Rose segments and stuff. And then it kicked off big, you know, it came out big. The Rock came out and approached Rusev, which I feel like is the moment of the night, and even potentially the moment of the year. It's definitely up there for a Raw moment of the year to have The Rock return, which was pretty awesome. And really, I had no idea he was going to return. Like, I was sitting down watching Raw, and then I heard The Rock's music, and me and Joe were talking about it earlier. We thought it was The Big Show, and we were like, oh, God, it's The Big Show. Then we saw The Rock come out. We heard The Rock's music. We were like, oh, shit, it is The Rock. He came back to Monday Night Raw. His first appearance on Monday Night Raw since probably the week before WrestleMania 29, I guess, because he appeared on WrestleMania this past April. So The Rock back on Monday Night Raw was pretty exciting. And no doubt, I would have liked to see him maybe hit a rock bottom on Rusev or like a spine buster or people's elbow or something. But it was pretty fun to see him. But unfortunately, I feel like it was only a one-time appearance for The Rock. I don't feel like he'll be back next week and to continue this feud. I mean, that'd be awesome if they ended up having a match inside Hell in a Cell or something. But I doubt it's going to happen. You know, The Rock has a bunch of other stuff going for him. He is only part-time. Hopefully he'll be back to wrestle again around WrestleMania 31 time. But I just don't expect him to be now all of a sudden a full-timer or whatever. But he acted like a full-timer last night with the way he promoed. He was awesome, you know. And Rusev, even though he didn't do much in the promo, really this bumped up Rusev a bunch. You know, hey, his biggest feud really had been with Mark Henry. So Mark Henry, Big Show, Swagger, Big E. So now for him to have this, you know, just not a feud, but a kind of a mini segment with The Rock was pretty cool. You know, you could have picked anybody for The Rock to go against, but instead you picked Rusev, which in my mind is pretty cool. So Joe, did you enjoy this Rock segment, or do you feel like it was a waste of time? Because a couple of people do feel like it was a waste of time since The Rock is not a full-timer, since it's only a cameo, that he was on Raw. So what do you think about The Rock's return? Did you like it, or do you feel like it should have been the Big Show instead? So what do you think?
I pretty much liked it. It's kind of iffy, though. I understand why people would think that's a waste because, of course, he's a part-timer. And, I mean, he has to be. I mean, he's got some good stuff going with him for him in movie roles. So, it's understandable that he's part-timing. I think it's pretty big. Like you said, it's big for Rusev, and Lana, of course. I mean, it's not really a big feud, but it's like, I mean, the Rusev just had his big moment in the ring in a segment with The Rock. I mean, that's pretty cool for him, and I think it's not that big of a waste. I mean, but at the same time, it's I don't know if they'll ever see each other again on WWE television. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people were like, oh, are they gonna have just a standard match at Hell in a Cell? I mean, I really doubt it. I mean, that would be pretty cool to see them go at it, but I mean, it's I just don't see that happening whatsoever. I mean, that would be awesome. It would really get lots of pay-per-view buys. It would get lots of network buys. Just to have The Rock come back. I don't know. Lots of people follow him. Are big fans of him. But I like the segment. I mean, like you said, I was absolutely shocked as many people were when all of a sudden Rock's music hit. I mean, I was expecting the Big Show to just come out and just have this boring segment. I'm glad I didn't flip over to Monday Night Football or anything so soon, or Nitro on the network for $9.99. I mean, just to see The Rock come out, I mean, it was absolutely shocking. I was on Twitter, of course, tweeting during Raw on my Twitter handle, which is on the screen right now at Almost Wrestling. Um, so follow that. But I was tweeting. I was just looking through Twitter. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, if you smell, and then I was like, what the hell? I literally did what Jerry Lawler did. I was like, what? It was very shocking. Usually when returns happen, it's all over the dirt sheet websites. They're all like,
And,
oh,
and this wasn't. That's what is so cool about this return. This is about the first return I remember in a while that was not rumored or nothing. But you're right about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted to make that clear. I didn't hear anything about it because I searched up The Rock after he came back. I might have seen like one brief article about him, but other than that, I did not see any news about him on Monday Night Raw. So.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, usually whenever someone returns, it's all over. Like I said, like when Brock Lesnar returned, like for the first time at Wrestle. When was that? That was right after WrestleMania 28. Was it 20? Yeah.
28. Yeah, the first time they lost to The Rock. Yeah, that was heavily rumored, right?
Yes, everybody was like, "Oh, he's in the Miami area. He's working out a deal with him." Yeah, because I thought people thought that he was gonna come back at the end of WrestleMania 28, because he was his negotiations were out there. But yes, other than that, yes, most returns are like rumored and they're out there. So that was a really good job by him, WWE, to keep it private, secret. That was very good. Nice surprise. But yes, and we were talking about this, Kyle, before we started the video. That Rusev really oversold that last power punch.
Yeah, that was funny, yeah.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I
Sunday.
mean, 3 punches don't even, like, Rusev, like, goes a little bit, like, he punches him a few times and he just, like, kind of feels it a little bit. Then that fourth big punch, which was the same exact as the first three, just knocks him out of the ring. But good selling, Rusev. I mean
yes.
You're the future main eventer.
Yes, and all of a sudden he just turns around and jumps over the top rope. Like,
what if that was a Royal Rumble match? That would have been, like, an easy elimination.
Yes.
He wasn't even, like, hurt or anything. But, yeah, it was hilarious. And, it was fun seeing The Rock. You know, I think we pretty much both agree with that. So, is it cool to really shift gears now or something else?
Yeah, let's talk about the two dumb segments of Raw that made.
Oh, yeah, I was going to shift gears real quick over. Let's keep it close to The Rock. Let's go over to The Rock's cousin, Roman Reigns. This was well rumored throughout. It was pretty much confirmed throughout the week. WWE was pushing the hell out of this.
Yeah.
That Roman Reigns would be making his first appearance on Raw since his injury. Everybody was like, the rumors were going around. Would it be a live appearance? Would he be like going out into the ring and having an interview, or would it be via satellite, which ended up being via satellite? So I'm gonna shift it over to you real quick. What are your thoughts on this really brief Roman Reigns interview? Do you feel like he got his message across, or do you feel like it was just a waste of time as well?
It was a big waste of time. I really thought that I was expecting more out of this. I mean, he was actually, many people don't know this. I wasn't sure if he was going to be at Raw, but then as Raw came closer, I was like, he'll probably do live via satellite. But many people don't know this, but Roman Reigns was actually in the New York area this past weekend at WrestleFest. I believe it's called. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple other wrestlers there as well, like Goldust and Stars. But yes, he was in the New York area, so that had me thinking, will he come to the ring? But if he did, that would just be dumb in a way, because then you'd expect Rollins to come out, and I don't want to see that necessarily. That would just be boring. Sounds exciting, but no, I think that would be boring. But yes, you build it up all week, and then suddenly it's like he answers one question from Michael Hill. Hey, what's up, Cole? I mean, he answers one question. Then they show a video package of how he was curb stomped into the weakest cinder blocks in the world, and then suddenly he's gone. And shifting gears now, coming up next. Like, I mean, many people were probably pissed off because they're like, oh, okay, I'll watch Raw this week. Roman Reigns is gonna be on there, but no, they gave him like 30 seconds, and that's absolutely ridiculous. And yes, as you said, he learned that from The Rock, his like uncle, something like that. He's related to him
I'm not
some
sure. They're
cousin.
related somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Rocks are related to all Samoans, but anyway, yes. What were your thoughts on that underwhelming segment?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you that it was too short. I mean, I barely remember Reigns' promo. I think he said, like,
Yeah, I
he'll be
barely.
back soon, the process is going well, which everybody knows. I think he's doing fine. I mean, I haven't really heard much, but, and then he said, of course, he's going to come back and kick ass or whatever.
Yeah.
He's obviously still face, but he didn't mention Seth Rollins at all, that he's going to come back and take out Rollins. He didn't mention how he wants Ambrose to take out Rollins. He didn't mention anything. I mean, I feel like it was recorded, but
Yeah.
I mean, he said, "What's up, Cole?" and Cole or something. I don't know. I really felt like it was recorded because at the end, Michael Cole didn't say like "Thank you, Roman Reigns" or nothing. It was just. I feel like it was a pre-recorded interview.
Probably
I
was.
mean, even though he said live via satellite, I don't know. I'm really still kind of like it was probably live, but it didn't seem like it because at the
Yeah.
end he didn't say like "Thanks, Roman" or "Okay, Roman, we'll see you soon." It was just like they like went right into something else, like you said. So I don't know. I mean, for them to book this all week, it's like the two main stories of Raw were like the Rusev and Big Show would go at it. Nothing like that even happened, and Reigns would have this big return promo or whatever, and that wasn't even nothing. So I don't know. I feel like this was a big letdown. He got his point across, but obviously Reigns is still. I mean, he's not a good talker on the mic anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
he's
not
not.
like we really expected a huge 5-star promo out of him. I just expected maybe a bit longer and maybe some mention of the feud that's going on right now, or
Yeah.
a mention of something. Just it was a big letdown. So that's really all I have to say. So let's go ahead and shift gears once again now and talk about whatever you want to. I just said the Reigns topic, so it's time. What do you feel like we should discuss next about Monday Night Raw?
Well, that was like talking about Raw, the Roman Reigns promo, live via satellite. That was a short thing. How about we talk about some other short things that happened on Monday Night Raw, like the El Torito versus the Crocodile, Little Gator. Um, that was the best part of Monday Night Raw. Many are saying that, and there was one other really bad part of Raw with I can't remember what it is. Oh, with like the ladies at the beginning from the Today Show when the whole crowd was
Yeah,
booing.
what the hell was all that?
Yeah, that was crazy. But let's talk about the. I mean, the Little Gator versus El Torito match. Like you're gonna put that on the Monday Night Raw card instead of, I mean, having bigger stars like Jack Swagger having a match.
Swagger did have a match.
He did.
Yeah, he faced Tyson Kidd.
That is right. I stand
And he
corrected.
won. Let's just shift gears 1 second. I know we wanted to talk about that real quick, but what was up with that? Why did they have a Swagger Kid match? That was kind of random.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to connect Total Divas a little bit since Kid and
Yeah.
Dally are
Pretty
married.
cool to see Swagger pick up a clean win on Raw. We really haven't seen one of those. I mean, he beat Bo Dallas a couple times, but it's just cool to see Swagger win. I mean, other than being a jobber like he was before his feud with Dallas and Rusev. So to see him win, it's pretty cool. So, I mean, but actually, Tyson Kidd beat Jack Swagger tonight at the time that we're recording this video on main event. So, I guess maybe they could be starting a feud. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
That's cool.
Or could it be over? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Kid's on NXT. Maybe he's finally getting called up full time like he was in 2009, 2010.
That's a while ago.
The Hart Dynasty.
Alright, so yeah, I just wanted to mention that was pretty random, but
yes.
You were mentioning the Slater Gator thing. So did you not like the segment, or do you feel like it? I mean, what do you think?
It was ridiculous. I mean, in a way, it was funny. Like it was funny, but I mean, it's just ridiculous thinking about they're doing this instead of something else that can be that can build up to your next pay per view. I mean, I don't. I mean, unless if Little Gator and El Torito have the second WLC match, which I mean the first one is very underrated. I really have to say. But yes, unless if they have one at the pre-show. But I mean, put some other star in there. I mean, I admittedly I'm at a blank here. Like give. I know Cesaro was on the card in a 6-man tag match.
Kingston, Big E, them guys.
Yeah, the I forget what Xavier Woods keeps building them up as.
Yeah, Zack Ryder, Fandango, Curtis Axel, you know.
Yeah, Curtis Axel especially. I know you're a big fan of his, but yes, and then once Ryback comes back, we'll see what happens to him. But you can check out our Ryback video, of course, in our
Yes, you
channel.
also have, yeah, forgot about that.
Hashtag plug. But anyway, yes, give give some up and coming stars some more time. I've seen lots of people suggest during my Night Raw tweeting, because I mean I go through and look through lots of people what they have to say about Raw. I mean, a lot of people are saying that they should have a weekly NXT showcase match, just
That'll
to
be fun.
just to build up for NXT. I mean, why not give some? I mean, you don't necessarily have to have Adrian Neville versus the same like Sami Zayn every week or something. Give some, people that follow NXT like myself a little bit. Give them people that aren't that well known. I mean, why not? I mean, just build them up and show how good they are. But yes, there needs to be more time filled for people like that than El Torito and Little Gator, aka Hornswoggle.
So what was the match?
What?
What was the match? It was just Little Gator versus El Torito. Slater and O'Neal weren't involved, right?
It might have been. Yeah. They weren't involved. I believe. Yeah, I forget who won that match because I mean.
I don't know. But I have one thing to say about that. You know, I'm going to be brief, but you have to look at that in WWE's mind. It's like we always say it sucks, that it's stupid, that it's bad, but you have to think in WWE's mind. The writers, are they making that segment for it to be extremely popular, for it to be like a 5-star match? No, that's not what they're doing. They're doing a lot of people call it comedy relief. Like they'll have like a big segment with Ambrose and Cena, and then they'll have that match, and then they'll have another big segment. So they kind of do something stupid in the middle of it. And I think this match actually, I'm probably wrong, but I think it happened after the Cena Ambrose promo. So I guess maybe that's why they were doing it. But you have to look at it in their perspective. Like they're not going out there and saying, "Yo, let's put these two guys on and have something really, really funny or something like really, really awesome come out of it." Because nothing's going to come out of it. No big headlines except for people saying that it's bad. And I guess that's kind of what they want in a way. But I don't know. I mean, it's nothing new. It's nothing new having this. You know, WWE's done it every single week for a very, very long time now. You know, they've been having the Bunny and Slater Gator, and they've lost Matadors. But it's just a shame that WWE is having lost Matadors and Slater Gator be a victim of it, because, in my opinion, you could have Slater versus Primo, who's one of the Matadors, and that could be actually a decent match, because them guys used to have good matches. Them two guys can compete. You know, that's a good match on Raw. Instead, like you said, they had these guys go at it. I mean, and nothing. I mean, they're not bad wrestlers at all. You know, like you said, the WLC match was a good match, but it's just like you do it to be funny, and it's just the wrong guys you're using, I guess. And maybe they have to take this out, but I'm not going to say I hate the segment, because I know WWE isn't designing it for me to love it. So it's not like, wow, you should have had me love it. I hate it. So I'm kind of indifferent about it, but I don't know. It's not a big topic. It's not going to change. It's going to happen every week, and it's a shame sometimes, but then you have to look at it and be like, you know, they're not trying to make it great. So it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, segments like those.
Batista would say, deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it. Blue Tista, but no, like you said, it's comedy relief. I mean, that's okay. I mean, it's needed during Raw. I mean, especially like when it gets really serious. It's like, I mean, lighten us up, you know. But I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of a good thing to have. Like, I mean, it can be any comedy relief, but just this Little Gator versus El Torito. Like, imagine if this happens like every couple weeks for like a couple of months now. When people like us at our age, and when everybody grows up, when they're all, will be like, hey, remember when we during Raw when they had that bull character? Yeah, those little people. Remember when they used to face each other all the time? Like, I mean, it's one of those memories. Like, I mean, during the Attitude Era, there were many of those. I mean, certainly it's not as good as those. Like segments with like Mankind and The Rock or nothing, but it's like, I mean, it's something to look back on in the future. I mean, it's dumb now, but I mean, you know, it's comedy relief, and it's effective. But All right, now moving on. I mentioned earlier the segment where. Oh, hold on. Before we move on, I just wanted to mention how the match was so bad with El Torito and Little Gator that they had Derek Jeter chants going on.
And that was hilarious. I think that's cool though. You know,
Yeah.
they were in Brooklyn, New York, and people that don't know about that, Derek Jeter, of course, retired from Major League Baseball a couple of weeks ago, or like last week or whatever, and he's now done his Major League Baseball career. And The Rock, we forgot to mention that The Rock also led a Derek Jeter chant during his promo with Rusev. That's just more gold right there. That's awesome. But yeah, Derek Jeter was a big part of Raw, even though he wasn't even on Raw, and it didn't even center around him. So that was pretty cool.
Imagine if they get him next time they go to Brooklyn. That'd be cool. But anyway, I know many people might not follow baseball, so we'll move on. Don't worry. Shifting gears once again. Hashtag shifting gears. We've said that so many times today. Moving on to the segment I mentioned earlier with the two women from the Today Show and Adam Rose, and
This was stupid.
wine bottle smashing of the butt. I mean, like, it sounds exciting, right? No, that was an absolute dumb segment. Of course, I mean, one of the women on Today's Show there had breast cancer, so that was kind of good that they brought her on there. But I mean, they had a full segment. I just expected them to be in the crowd and being like, "Oh, there she is! Oh, battling breast cancer. Oh, good luck to her." I mean, I didn't expect them to be in the middle of the ring with wine and Adam Rose and the bunny, stupid bunny. But yes, it was a dumb segment, in my opinion. I mean, the whole crowd was booing them out of the building. I mean, so they had to turn up Adam Rose's music a little bit more. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. As the crowd was booing, all of a sudden they turned up his music a little more. So that's interesting. What were your thoughts on that awesome segment?
They had two different segments, if I'm not mistaken. They had, of course, this one with these two women, and then at the end they had the one woman that has breast cancer or whatever come out and just, which was a great promo. The last segment, did you watch that?
Yes, I did.
The one right before the main event, that was awesome. You know, I did kind of rip it on Twitter because I felt like it shouldn't have been right before the main event. But
I saw that.
I don't know, it was awesome. I support that segment. It's fun. It's for a good cause. So I'm good with that segment. But come on, guys, Adam Rose is too good for this. First of all, I mean, why? What was the point of that? You know, I mean, no. It's like somebody wrote it on Bleacher Report earlier. Hashtag Bleacher Report. Somebody wrote it and said, why would you put these two women on Raw when it's males that watch it? Nobody watches the Today Show. Young males mostly watch Raw, like teenagers and stuff. Who watches the Today Show, first of all? And like, I've never heard of these two women. And next week we're getting even better. Another celebrity's coming on Raw next week?
Oh, actually, two of them. There's breaking news on that. I'll let you keep going, but
Okay, but I saw like a little like a preview or whatever, a commercial right before Raw came back. Somebody else is coming on that I've never heard of. So great, WWE is having more people come on, but this segment was stupid. It was not needed. I was trying to get into a watching, and I was actually sitting there watching, and I was like, all right, girls, let's try to get the crowd on our side. And then I just couldn't get into it. You know, it was fun seeing Adam Rose. He's pretty funny and whatever. But I just don't understand what the point of it was. You know, why are you going to waste time? Why are you going to waste 20 seconds for her if she wants to jump into the rosebuds? You know, it's stupid. It's not needed. You could have had Zack Ryder versus, you know, Zack Ryder in a match. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's stupid. It's dumb. And it's not needed. I don't know what WWE wanted to get out of it. It's not like they wanted to get anything good out of it. I think just wanted to get something bad out of it, I guess. It's just dumb. I don't have any. I'm just disgusted with that segment. And well, you can say whatever you want now.
Oh, okay. You'll let me?
I'm done with that. I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, I don't want to keep talking about this subject. I don't think the people watching this video, they probably skipped through this part, so we apologize.
So let's shift gears real quick, Joe.
Shift gears. Hashtag shift gears.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit real quick. Briefly, this video is really running on long. We apologize, but a lot happened on Raw. Let's talk about the mid-card championships. We got both the United States champion Sheamus and the Intercontinental champion Dolph Ziggler were both in action this past week on Raw, as Dolph Ziggler won in a six-man tag match along with the Usos, defeating Cesaro and matches there. The six-man tag match, it was just another ordinary six-man tag match in which Stardust, Goldust, and Cesaro looked good at a point, but of course Ziggler and Usos, they are the faces, and of course they came up with the victory. And as for the Miz and Sheamus, the star of that match, the funny thing is, the star of that match was not even in the match. No, it was not the referee. It was Damien Mizdow.
Yes.
What a guy, what a character, what an entertainer. I always hated Mizdow or Sandow or whatever, but he played a good role in that match, and that was fun to see him. They were chanting his name during the match, and that's really fun. So it appears WWE is giving both of these mid-card titles some more exposure, Definitely more than when Ambrose held the championship. With no offense to Dean Ambrose, we will get to him tonight as well.
Yes.
That'll be our main event of the show, just like it was the main event of Raw. But these championships are really having a lot of fun. They're having matches for them. The champions are on Raw every week, and it appears we're setting up for a couple Hell in a Cell matches. Hopefully, we see a title change, or Ziggler, Cesaro. If that match ends up happening, that's awesome. I think that's a match of the year candidate if it's given enough time. And Sheamus Miz, maybe if it involves Sandow at some point, that would be fun too. So I'm really excited with the mid-card championships as well as the tag titles. Don't forget about that as well. They'll probably have a rematch. They got involved too. So what are your thoughts on all this? Are you excited with all these championships? These are the main championships now in WWE. Yeah. Now that the WWE Championship isn't as important, or it's still important, but with Lesnar being a part-timer, it's now Ziggler's the top guy. Sheamus is the top guy when it comes to championships. So what are your overall thoughts and opinions on Raw and the championship pictures?
Well, I think... Oh, I thought you were going to scream it doesn't matter what you think. But anyway, having the six-man tag team match, I wasn't too fond of it because personally, as you all probably know, I'm a Cesaro fan, and I'd rather see him be in a singles match than a six-man tag team match. I don't know if I've put out there in the past that I'm not big on six-man tag matches, or let alone just regular tag team matches. It depends on who's in it. But anyway, I wasn't too fond of it. The Usos did their same thing. The Uso crazy. Michael Cole marking out on the side. Uso crazy. It's annoying. But since I'm the ultimate heel, I was rooting for Stardust and Gold and Stardust, and Cesaro to win. But overall it was a good match. But good. But I'd rather see Cesaro in singles competition, so I didn't like it necessarily. And what was the other thing?
Sheamus and Miz, the whole thing with Sandow, of course.
Oh, yes.
United States Championship picture.
Yes, when the crowd was chanting Sandow is better. That was awesome. But
yeah, poor Miz.
From what I remember, it was a fairly good match, and yes, like you said, they're swapping places. Miz now chasing the United States Championship. But I don't know necessarily where this feud's going. They'll probably face...
Neither do I. I don't mean to cut you off again, but I just wanted to say, it's like Sheamus isn't even in the feud. Where Sheamus has not promoed. I have not heard Sheamus on the mic in a long time. What's going on there? Is Sheamus does he even have a character?
I don't even know if they show his entrance anymore. I don't even know if they show his entrance anymore on TV. It's like, oh, he's the champion, by the way. And then here comes The Miz, yeah.
Right, it's like, I don't...
They're really building him up poorly as a U.S. champion. No offense to Sheamus, but he should lose the title, in my opinion. But check out our Sheamus video, by the way. #plug.
Yeah, I forgot. We do have a Sheamus video, guys. I definitely forgot about that one.
Yeah, check that out. It's still relevant. All of our videos are pretty much relevant, except for Raw reviews and stuff. But yes, check those out. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, I don't know where this feud's going. They'll probably have a match at Hell in a Cell, and not spoiling.
Will probably win.
I'm not gonna spoil our Hell in a Cell predictions, but
right.
I'm probably gonna go against Sheamus winning. I don't know.
I did at Night of Champions. I picked Cesaro. I really hope Cesaro won that match, but
yeah.
What's wrong with WWE?
Now that he gets a chance at another title, who knows where that will go. But yes, anyway, I mean, I like both. I like how they switch places. I'm interested to see where each feud will go. Into Hell in a Cell, they'll probably each have normal matches, maybe for the title. So there you have it. So one more thing to talk about, right?
I mean, other than, well, of course we have still the Dean Ambrose, John Cena, Rollins thing, but any, like, just any other things overall that stood out to you, like Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, anything like that?
Nope.
I mean, he says no, but I'm just going to mention real quick, this video is going on forever, but of course Brie Bella, I believe. Brie Bella is the face, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Brie Bella defeated, like, a couple of or like she won with one arm tied behind her back. And of course a Yes chant broke out. It was the first time in a while, so it's pretty cool. Any other notable moments I did not mention? That we did not mention? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, of course, don't forget everybody about the Wyatt family, all these Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, vignettes or whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but these guys appear to potentially be getting a push as a tag team, or maybe the Wyatt family are going to do something crazy. You know, maybe we'll see them attack the winner. Maybe we'll see them attack somebody. You know, we have not seen a Wyatt family mugging in a while.
Yes.
Maybe we'll see that on like a random superstar like Sheamus or like Cesaro or Ziggler or Cena or somebody. So we'll see. That's pretty cool to see. Maybe they're building them up again. And Bo Dallas, of course, defeated Mark Henry for a third time in a row and got a championship match tonight at the taping of this video against Dolph Ziggler, in which he lost. So Dallas is not the champion, obviously. So pretty much that's about it for Raw. It's a really stacked Raw, but at the same time it wasn't. If anybody gets that. And of course AJ and Paige as well. That feud is continuing. Paige and Alicia Fox defeated AJ Lee and Emma when AJ walked out. So
yeah, by the way, I'm gonna interrupt you now, since you did earlier, but I just wanted to point out that there was one of the biggest pops of the night. For some reason, went to Emma.
I know, yeah.
Everybody went nuts. I mean, she hasn't been on Raw since the incident that she had months ago. But I mean, once her music and everybody was like, yeah.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
And that was funny though. But
so we've pretty much covered everything that's happened on Raw, besides of course the main event. I just want to make sure we've covered everything we had, right?
Yes, we have. Let's move on.
Alright, so let's go right ahead into the main event. Of course, John Cena, or Seth Rollins kicked off the show. He came out and said that he is not scared of John Cena, Dean Ambrose, that he likes a target on his back, that he's ready for a fight, and of course the authorities did not want him to go out there. Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble, the cruiserweights, as Dean Ambrose said a week ago, came out and told him pretty much, do not just come back to the back or whatever. But all of a sudden, out comes John Cena, starts brawling with him, and Seth Rollins happens to go into the one place in the arena that Dean Ambrose would be. Dean Ambrose knew that Rollins would be there, and then Dean Ambrose, of course, began to attack Seth Rollins. And I'm just gonna pretty much cover what happened, and then I'll get your thoughts, Joe. And then, of course, after that all happened, the fight then spilled to the ring, and Rollins escaped. And then, of course, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon announced a 2-on-3 handicap match as Randy Orton and Kane joined Rollins to take on Cena and Ambrose. And then going into the later part of the show, we had John Cena come out, or Dean Ambrose rather come out, call out John Cena, and they talked about how John Cena walked out on Dean Ambrose to go fight Seth Rollins. And then, of course, Dean Ambrose did the same thing, walked out, said he was going to go get a hot dog and go ride a ride or something and do a bunch of stuff. And then he left. And then this is what I'm just like, so funny. This is hilarious. WWE just happened to have a cameraman in the subway station recording just in case Dean Ambrose came out there. That was hilarious.
It was good timing, too.
Into a subway station where none of the people knew he was famous. Nobody asked him for an autograph or something or anything. He was just an ordinary dude. That was pretty funny.
And he went
then it goes Dean Ambrose leaving, and then it's of course a 1-on-3 match at the end of the show until, of course, which has happened every single week for the past 10 years, a DQ ending as Randy Orton, Kane, and Rollins all start to attack John Cena. Out comes Dean Ambrose with his hot dog cart tray or whatever, and then he begins to spray mustard and ketchup on Randy Orton and Kane, and then a big versus Dean Ambrose at Hell in a Cell. With the winner will face Seth Rollins inside the Hell in a Cell in the main event. And I thought it was going to be for the briefcase, but it's not, so it's just going to be a standard match. So, with all that said, that was a mouthful. That was a lot of action. It happened 3 separate segments, and I think John Cena and Triple H even had a backstage segment as well, but that's not really important. It was still pretty cool. But okay, I'm done talking for a little bit. I'm just gonna catch my breath until you ask me for my thoughts. So let me get your thoughts, Joe, about this whole entire segment. Who was the star of the segment? Are you excited for this Hell in a Cell match? And whatever else you have to say, go ahead.
Okay, maybe I'm not gonna ask you your thoughts because then you'll go in a 10-minute promo again. But anyway, I was really excited about these few segments on Raw. I'm really becoming a big fan of Dean Ambrose. He's definitely in my top 5 right now. Favorite superstars.
They're like Booker T's Fave 5.
Yeah, you interrupted me. But anyway, yes, he's in my top 5. I mean, Ambrose has got a lot of good. He's in the middle of good. He's in a good push right now. Right now with Cena and Rollins right now. So, I mean, I was a really big fan, especially at the end when he sprayed them with ketchup and mustard. I mean, I was really a big fan of that, especially when all of a sudden Orton ran back in the ring and it was grabbing him away from Rollins, and there's mustard all over his face. I was like, what the hell? Oh my goodness, that was the most I really laughed at the end, to the ending of Raw, or Raw really, since the Vicky Guerrero throwing up moment. But yes, very funny moment. See them covered like that, and then John Cena was covered. Oh my goodness, it was funny. But yes, and there's so many. I saw like one good meme with Dean Ambrose, like when he went on the subway or whatever. That was very funny. Like they showed, like we said earlier, little Gator versus Del Dorito. He's like, nope, I'm out of here. That was funny. But really big moment on Raw to end the show. Strong ending, it really was. And I was right. Me and Kyle, yes, we occasionally talk outside of these videos. I said to him that I thought that, I mean, a lot of people suspected this, but I really thought that, and it happened. Dean Ambrose versus John Cena. We don't know if it'll start out Hell in a Cell. It might, but
I have a feeling it will, just for like.
yeah, but and then the winner faces Seth Rollins, and it's being rumored that the loser will face Randy Orton in the other Hell in a Cell match. That's been a late rumor. That would be pretty good. But
that makes me want Cena to win. So give me Cena Rollins, and I don't want to see Cena Orton again. Boo.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean,
make it Cena Kane or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens as we get closer to Hell in a Cell. But I was a big fan of the ending. Very nice way to send me to bed. What were your thoughts on that part? The Dean Ambrose, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Kane ending to Raw. What were your thoughts?
Well, yeah, and actually, my little recap, I forgot to mention, Dean Ambrose, of course, planted John Cena with a great DDT to end the show.
Yes, a double arm.
That's one of the biggest pops of the night.
Yes.
While you were talking, I was like, oh, yeah, he DDT'd him. So, Dean Ambrose, not a heel, guys. That was not a heel turn. I mean, anybody DDTing John Cena, that's not a heel turn. But Ambrose, man, me and you are 100% agreed right now, probably on our whole top 5 with Cesaro and Ambrose, but Ambrose, man, he is one of the best in WWE right now. His promos are off the charts. Mm-hmm. He's funny, he's hilarious, and plus he's good in the ring. Can't wait to see him in a match again. It's been a while since we've had an actual one-on-one Dean Ambrose match. That's why I'm hoping that he goes to Hell in a Cell and he beats John Cena clean in the first match. I just want him to. I want him to do it, and I just don't know how it's going to work. I don't want to see Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton. I kind of do that. That would be a really, really cool Hell in a Cell match. Like if Randy Orton was go like his Viper, like that, and it would be Dean Ambrose, the lunatic fringe. It actually seems like a pretty decent Hell in a Cell match. But I don't want to see Cena versus Rollins because I feel like Ambrose versus Rollins is the bigger story here because this feud's been going on since the Shield breaking up. The John Cena's only mad because he cost him the championship. Ambrose is mad from months back, so that's why I feel like John Cena's gonna lose to Ambrose or something's gonna happen. Maybe a triple threat match. I don't know. It's pretty interesting to predict and pretty hard to predict as well. We'll get to that, our actual predictions, in a couple of weeks actually did well, and Seth Rollins is still one of the best heels right now. Kane and Randy Orton just feel like side characters to this. Orton deserves better. Kane should just retire, and that is it.
Wow.
What a good Monday Night Raw overall. Any final thoughts and predictions for next week or anything?
Nope. No, I don't know. I mean,
we'll do a Raw preview most likely next week, guys.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'll be able to see what we say for Monday Night Raw next week, but pretty much Monday Night Raw next week is going to be another good Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, a lot more better moments than this one, even though this Monday Night Raw was stacked and we had so much to talk about. But let's end out the video, guys. We apologize for keeping you so long. Take it away, the leader, JoJo.
The leader, JoJo. But anyway, I just wanted to. I told Kyle I was gonna do this. Just briefly, I have to get this out of the way. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter last night during Raw, or last video, my last video technically, because I was the only one in it. Kyle was not in it. The Raw preview I posted before Monday Night Raw this week. It was up. I posted it like good timing, a couple hours before Raw started. It was a short video. I was hoping that you all would click on and enjoy it. I just briefly went over what was expected for Raw and all that. Next thing you know, YouTube ends up. I see this thing next to the video on the list of videos, and it says like spam or something like that. I was like, I did not spam in this video whatsoever, and it ended up being removed. And I got a message from YouTube, and they said you can appeal this decision, and they'll review it again. You can only appeal it once. I did it. They went over it again. I get an email saying, this is your first warning. Screw you, YouTube. I did not do anything wrong. I mean, the audio was bad in the video. Kyle knows it because he saw it before it was removed. But the audio was really bad. I apologize for that if someone saw that. But yes, the audio was bad. All of a sudden, it said that I was spamming in the video. I don't understand how I did that whatsoever. So I say screw you, YouTube. I doubt you even went over it again because it was kind of fast. They sent me back. You're like, oh, we reviewed it. It's upheld. Screw you. I mean, go to hell, YouTube. But oh, we're on YouTube. Sorry. All right. Now follow us on Twitter at Almost Wrestling. Go to our website almosttexaswrestling.weebly.com. And of course, follow Kyle on Twitter at what? Twitter handle?
Yes, sir. And I have just one more thing to say at Kyle Smith. WWE, as I would say, but if that video was still up while this video was being recorded, I just wanted to say I apologize for not being involved in that video. I, of course, had a couple of things to do. I wish I was. I mean, probably if I was, it would have never been removed. I don't know about that, though. But
Yeah.
it was a good video, though, Joe. I don't know why it was removed, man. The audio was a little off, but let's just forget about that. That never happened. That video was never there.
Yeah.
Just enjoy this one, guys, because this video is 10 times better. It's a lot of fun, and be sure to check out all of our other videos right here on the AEW Network for $0.00 a month. I had to say that twice just to make it nice. That rhymed. So,
yes.
There you guys have it. Once again, Twitter at Kyle Smith, WWE. And be sure to check that out. Maybe this Friday night for SmackDown, because it is SmackDown 15 this Friday, guys. We might do a review on that, or a preview on that. So be sure to check out. Maybe we might do a SmackDown video later this week, since in honor of SmackDown 15. So be sure to check all that out. And take it away, Joe, and probably our first hour-long video ever.
It's just about, but anyway, that's pretty much the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As said, like the video, and of course below, give your thoughts on Raw. I'll definitely, most likely reply to you. So do that. Of course.
Most likely.
Most likely. Yeah, I mean, if I feel like it.
We will, dude. We will.
Promise. Promise, unless if so many people.
AEW Universe.
Yes, AEW Universe. But anyway, thank you all for watching. And I was gonna give breaking news earlier, and I forgot.
Yeah. Go, please do that. I forgot about that. What is it?
Yes, there's gonna be another guest host, and this is real. This is really happening. It's been confirmed that the guy who's in all the commercials on USA Network, Todd Chrisley, will be a guest star.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, said no one ever.
I like that show. It probably to promote his new show coming up, but that's really cool. The new season of Chrisley Knows Best, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Another reason to watch Raw, huh?
Yeah, why not? I thought you were kidding, but anyway, thank you all for watching. Until next time, this is AEW.